Hey, hope you're having a great day. In today's video, we're going to talk all about student loan relief for 2023. So if you're looking for student debt relief, loan relief, if you're a student who is going back to school or thinking about going back to school and you're wondering how student loan relief or debt relief is going to help you, this video is for you. We're going to talk about debt relief. We are going to talk about the payment freeze, the COVID-19 payment freeze, and we're going to talk about alternate strategies to literally attend college for free without having to rely on the government for debt relief. We're going to go over all of it. So if that sounds good, let's dive in. Hi, I'm Ryan Swayt, and I used to be a two-time college dropout, making just $12 an hour. Then I learned how to hack college and earned an entire bachelor's degree in 9 months flat. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll show you how. All right, so the first thing I want to show you, we're jumping over to my computer. If you literally go online to apply for student loan payment relief, okay, or student debt relief, this is what you're going to see when you go to fill out the application. Welcome to studentaid.gov. Student loan debt relief is blocked, okay? You can't apply for it anymore, okay? So we're going to talk about this. We're also going to talk about if you've already filled out the application, what you can expect. But even more importantly, how do you not have to pay $1 zillion in tuition? How do you attend college for free without having to rely on this in 2023? So let's talk about what we know, okay? So the first thing we know, okay, is that if you have student loans or student debt, you can get up to $10,000 of your student debt relieved by the government if you make $125,000 or less, or $250,000 or less for married couples. Okay, you can get up to $10,000 relief. Now, on top of that, if you received Pell Grants at any time, that relief might be able to go up to $20,000. Okay, so that's another thing we know. Now, you're only eligible for this if your student loan was taken out, if you borrowed the money before July 1st, 2022. Now, as of right now, everything's kind of on hold. Basically, the government and the Supreme Court are battling this out right now. Joe Biden literally went in and signed away student loans in an executive order, coming to find out now that that wasn't necessarily legal for him to do it in that way. So now the Supreme Court is trying to decide how to do this and what to do. So everything is on hold. Now, this is how bad it is, okay? Millions of people have literally received emails saying that their debt relief was approved, and it was like an error email. They were not supposed to get this email. Says their debt relief was approved, but it has not been approved, and they're still in limbo waiting. So imagine that. Let's say you have a ton of student debt. You get an email saying, yeah, you don't have to pay back your student loans. You feel amazing, just to find out, oh, that you weren't supposed to get that email. It's seriously an absolute mess. Now, one thing I want to point out, okay, while this is all going on, COVID-19, we're still, I guess, seeing things that happen from COVID-19. The biggest thing with student loans is basically the COVID-19 payment freeze, which means if you have student loans, you don't have to be making payments right now until the government says so. So you're off the hook from making those payments. That's currently happening right now. Now, I do want to say, if you are applying for student loan relief and you've been making payments through this COVID-19 payment freeze, even though you don't have to, you're still making payments because you want to be responsible and you want to have less debt and things like that. It may be a smart idea to reach out to your bank and ask for a refund for those payments that you've made that you didn't have to make, because banks are now giving refunds for those payments, okay? Now, the reason you would do that is only if you're expecting the government to come in and pay off your student loan, right? You don't want them to come in and pay off a loan that you've already partially paid off when you didn't need to be paying it off, if that makes sense. So essentially, it's just more money in your pocket. Now, that is an option on the table. Now, for this whole payment freeze, okay, May 1st, 2023 looks like the soonest you would potentially have to start making those payments back again. But the government's still fighting over that too. So that date might get pushed back again, pushed back further. But as of right now, it appears as basically May 1st would be the soonest that you would need to start making those payments again. Now, we don't know a ton about this, right? So what I want to talk about is how in the world do you go to school right now, go back to college, get a college degree without having to worry about any of this? Because here's the thing, it's so unreliable. You cannot expect the government to just make your debt go away, right? It's not reliable. It would be kind of cool if you were the one with all the debt and your debt got relieved, but there's the battle between, is it fair for other people who went and paid off their loans themselves? It's a huge fight right now, right? Here's the thing. College is expensive. It's really, really expensive. So if you're thinking about going back to college to get a degree and you're thinking, well, I might be able to go get a degree, but the government might pay it off and they might rescue me from the debt. That is not a good way to be approaching going back to college, okay? But there are ways to go back to college for free, okay? And this is outside of government grants, because government grants are wonderful. You should always apply for a government grant if you're going back to school, but sometimes it's a partial grant. Sometimes they don't cover all your tuition. Sometimes you make too much money. There are literally ways to go to college for free without that, okay? Now, step one, it's pretty simple. Step one is you have to graduate faster, okay? If you've been following my channel at all, I earned a bachelor's degree in 9 months for like $200 out of pocket, okay? So that's step one. You got to graduate faster so you're not paying for as much time in school. If you're paying for 4 to 6 years of tuition, it doesn't matter if it's a cheap school. It still ends up being a lot. If you can get your college degree in under a year, boom, you pay less if you choose the right schools. Some schools still make you pay 4 years of tuition. Even if you do it in 6 months, other schools don't, okay? So you got to choose the right school. Step two is once you get that payment way down, like let's say you owe $3,000, $6,000, $10,000 in tuition for your entire degree, you start applying for scholarships like crazy and you make up that very small amount of money with scholarships or even grants, okay? That is a very, very good recipe for how to go to college for free. I'm going to leave a link down below in the description for the process. Like, it's a mapped out process for how to attend college for free and save the money. I'm also going to leave a link down in the description for a tutorial where I walk through how to hack college, test out of all your classes, and graduate in months instead of years for literally pennies on the dollar. I call the process degree hacking. You can do it way, way faster. So moral of this video is student loan repayment, okay? It's an absolute mess right now, okay? You've got the freeze, so you don't have to be making payments back right now, but you're going to eventually. But the government might come in and forgive student loans. Seriously, it's a mess. And in 2023, the smartest thing to do is if that application opens back up, it's studentaid.gov. Just go to Google and search for apply for student loan relief, and you're going to see the government website where you can apply for relief. If that opens back up, fill out the application. Do it, because it might be free money in your pocket. They might pay off your loans for you. But don't rely on it. It's seriously so unreliable and not a smart way to gamble, okay? Like, you don't want to go take out a bunch of loans for college tuition hoping that your loans will be paid off by the government, and then they don't. Just not a good idea, okay? So I hope this video is giving you value, giving you some ideas of what's going on with student loan relief right now, or student loan repayment, but also I hope you receive a better solution so that you can attend college without paying all the money and graduate faster. If you've liked this video, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell, and you'll start seeing more videos of me teaching you how to graduate faster and save a whole bunch of money on tuition. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you in the next video.